What's up, guys? It's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and welcome back to another episode of my Sunday Q&A. This is a series where each week we sit back and we shake off all the dust of the previous week, knock the dirt from our boots, and we sit back, relax, and just get to know each other a little bit better. How this works is fairly simple. In the comment section of this video, you're gonna go clickety-clack, and you're gonna ask me a question. And next week, I'm going to choose a few questions from the comments, and then we can all learn a little bit more about each other, and maybe ourselves. Now, this week, there was a lot of really good questions, so don't feel shy about asking the same question that you asked last week if I didn't answer it this week. Because if I sat here and I answered every single one of those awesome questions, I'd literally be sitting here for like 3 fucking hours. Answering all your amazing questions. Now, while that doesn't sound like a bad Monday, fucking goddammit, it's Sunday! This is supposed to be relaxing. And 3 hours of answering questions on a Sunday, god damn it, I might as well be in court. Fuck going to court. Nobody likes going to court, man. Except if you're the plaintiff. You're sitting there waiting on a big lump sum of money. That might get me to brush off those brand new Tux Jordans that I picked. Oh yeah, look at that, baby! MAK did cop himself some of them 11 Lab 4 Jordans and go all the way out the fucking Philly! Pick them goddamn things up, but absolutely amazing. But we're getting off track here. How about we just get ourselves balls deep in some motherfucking questions this week? And the first one comes from Alken Kartal. I hope I said your name, goddamn right. He says, do I ever plan on making any other classes besides a hunter? That's pretty fucking funny, yo. I'm laughing. Ha 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 ha. No, seriously, usually I don't answer video game related questions on my Q&A, but I thought that this was so ironic that I had to answer it because the answer is yes, I actually do have another class besides a hunter. I actually have a level 20 Warlock. I leveled up on live stream yesterday. Those of you guys are like, MAK, why the fuck did you tell us that you're live streaming? Well, I have my live stream link in the description of every goddamn fucking video I've ever posted. All you gotta do is click the follow on my live stream. Whenever I go live, it'll let you know. Now, the reason I leveled a Warlock up to level 20 yesterday is because when House of Wolves comes out, I want to start a new Destiny live stream series called The Three Kings. And in this series, I'm going to level up 3 brand new characters completely on live stream while playing with my viewers on Twitch. And it's going to be like 1 hour of a hunter each day, 1 hour of a titan. So it's going to be 3 hours each day and, you know, play as each character. And I'm going to level from 1 to 34, 100% completely legit. And each character will be fully decked out in new Monarchy gear. And by the time I'm level 34, all 3 characters should be ready to go through that brand new comic expansion that's going to come out later this year. Now, the problem with all this is, well, I don't want to have an account that isn't able to purchase gear from all the vendors, including the Crucible vendor. God damn it. So I power leveled a Warlock to level 20, and over the next month, I'm going to be grinding 24 commendations through patrols so I can level up my Crucible. And once House of Wolves comes out, I'm going to get my first legit character to the tower, trade all the commendations over from my level 20 Warlock to my new character, and then I'm going to delete my old Warlock, and then I'll be able to have 3 spaces for all 3 characters that I want to level up with you guys, and my main character on that account will have a level 3 Crucible vendor, in case I need it in the future. Now, this idea was actually the inspiration behind my video yesterday where I showed you my plan for grinding commendations before the House of Wolves releases. That way you could level up your vendors and get 250 XP per commendation. So, yeah. I will have one of each character, including my faction Legion's Hunters. It's going nowhere. That's on a different gamer tag. So, I think that's going to be fun for everybody. So, if you guys are out there, you're wondering, you're like, hey, this sounds like fun. I want to play with MAK. I want to help him level up some characters. My link is in the description. Like I said, I got that fucking videos. www.twitch.tv/MorninAfterKill. You're going to have a really hard time on the internet finding something that has MorninAfterKill in the name spelled the way I have it spelled, and it's not me, because I spent a lot of time back when I had like 300-400 subscribers just taking every fucking account I could think of that would be useful for the future. And I saw Twitch and I was like, oh, you know what, I like Justin TV. I used to watch Justin TV all the goddamn time. I used to have TV shows on there. You go click clack, what's going on, guys? Let's all watch some Friends together. Woo! my MorninAfterKill Twitch account is actually an old Justin TV account. That's how old that account is. So, let's go ahead and get into the next question, which comes from the Avenger. And he says, MAK, considering you didn't have the best of childhoods, do you have a favorite childhood memory? Oh, man. Now, I originally chose this question because I was like, man, I know there's a lot of people out there that's growing up and they have shitty childhoods like mine, and there's gotta be something that I can pick out of all the bad. But I sat here for like the last 10 minutes thinking. And it's really hard to talk about this and to think inside my mind about any memories that would be fun, since a lot of my memories coincide with harder portions of my life. So, I'm like, I'm sitting here rubbing my temples and I'm like, man, it was really funny when my uncle tried to bust open a roll of quarters on Christmas one time and they all went flying everywhere. That shit was fucking hilarious. I remember he had the fucking roll of quarters and he bit into it and he just pulled it and the fucking quarters went everywhere. And it was fucking hilarious. Because, you know, he was scrambling all over the floor, trying to pick up all the quarters, and all the kids were trying to pick up all the quarters before he did, and, you know, it was really funny as a kid. But now, you know, looking back as an adult, and knowing the things I do about my childhood now, it's ruined a lot of that now, because I grew up poor, and most of my family was alcoholics growing up. So, now that I look back, that memory turned from a whimsically fun scramble with my eccentrically fun uncle to what it really was is my drunk uncle was frenetically trying to pick up his beer money before the kids grabbed it all. That's a really shitty memory now that I think about it. Or like I told you guys the time that I won the Halloween dance contest in elementary school, and it was fun. I was proud of myself. I was like, oh my god, I won something. I'm a fucking winner. And like a week later, I overheard one of the kids whose mom was head of the PTA, and they were talking, and they were like, oh man, the only reason that I won was because I was too poor to afford the coat. So the PTA in school rigged the contest so I could have a winter coat. That's kind of sad. and you know, I know you could be like, oh, but you don't know if that's true. Kids are cruel. But I knew it was true as soon as they said that. And I hit my memory and I thought back and I was like, man, when they gave me the coat at the Halloween dance, the words that I said to my mom when I came home from the dance was, I can't believe that it was exactly the right size. It's like watching those old Disney movies back, and you see some of the jokes that you didn't really get as a kid, but as an adult, you're like, ah, I see what you were trying to do there. That's kind of like how I feel about my childhood. It's pretty much like one big joke after another, but it's too young to see the punchline at the time, so. No, honestly, I really don't have any memories of my childhood that I would call my favorites, because every time I remember one that I enjoy, there's always something else attached to it that just kind of ruins the memory, and it puts me in a bad mood, and it makes me feel really bad about myself. But you know, that's okay, because I'm still working on getting through some of the issues of my childhood. I did get through a lot of the issues with you know, not knowing my dad, and that's just a whole nother story. But I've worked through most of that, and I'm still working through some of the childhood stuff, and I'll never be okay with it though. So how about we just shake that off and get on to Mr. Sci-Fi OG's question. He wants to know if I think I'm a good parent, and what do I think parents are missing to teach these children these days? How do I reach these kids? Ah, man, I told you guys the questions were real this week, for sure, but tough questions aside, that usually means they're good questions, right? Am I a good parent? Of course, everybody wants to say yes to this, and nobody wants to be like, oh no, I don't think I'm a good parent. But I think a better evaluation of this question is, am I at least a better parent than the ones I had? I can say 100% undisputed, yes, I am a better parent than my own parents. The fact that I even know my son is the proof that I'm better than my father, at least for goddamn sure. And the fact that I don't beat the shit out of my kid means that I'm better than my mother as well. So, the problem with this question though is, there's a lot of past trauma in history with me and my son's mother. And I don't get to see my son as often as I'd like to, which would be like every single fucking day. I would love to see my kid every single day, but you know, life didn't turn out that way. I mean, I get to see him at the very least on his birthday and the holidays. That's a given. That's 100% guaranteed. But trying to talk to my son's mother and getting any type of definitive answer on anything throughout the year, it's like fucking pulling teeth with a rubber hammer. It's just, don't want to do it. In fact, she's so shitty about that shit that one time when my son was visiting, she was in the kitchen trying to convince my girlfriend that I was gonna cheat on her. Because, in her words, he loves the internet whores. I do, though. I love the internet whores. But I don't bang the internet whores. Just look at the internet whores. And my girlfriend is fine with me beating my meat on the internet if I want to.
I guess you're
as long as, you know,
the ring.
I don't bang any other bitches. I'm alright. So, I'm all good on that front. But the fact that I'm not a full-time parent kind of bums me out at times because, you know, I'm not able to be the parent that I know I could be on a daily basis. But I'm not willing to be 30 years old right now and have another kid just so I can have a kid on a daily basis. I love my son. And I know my son loves me. And I know that we have fun when we hang out. And now that he's getting older, he's able to tell his mother, hey look, you know, I want to go see my dad. I want to go hang out with my dad. And it makes it a lot easier on me since she loves him and she wants him to do what he wants. But if I ask her, God forbid, I fucking ask her, you think I asked her for a goddamn fucking kidney or a piece of her liver or some shit? As for what aren't people teaching their children these days, that's easy. They rack the discipline. Kids aren't disciplined these days, and they don't sit still, they don't listen, they talk back to their parents like they're a goddamn fucking trucker. Parents these days are too scared to discipline their children because all a kid needs to do is go to school and say, my mommy hits me, and BAM! Fucking Spanish Inquisition comes charging over the hills. Fuck that shit. So let's go ahead and move on to the last question, which comes from Silly Goose 259. And he asks, hey Mac, I was talking to one of my teachers and he told me that doctors are finding ways to screen out or change traits for kids. And I was wondering what you feel about this. Designer babies. That's actually the word that you're looking for, is designer babies. And this is actually funny because I remember having a debate about this with one of my teachers, Mr. Z, who ironically told everybody in the class that nobody has ever gotten a 100% on his final before. And I got a 100% on his final. And the motherfucker still failed me for my fucking late to his class. He was always after lunch. Can't make it, man. I'll be there in like 9 minutes. Gotta take a dump, man. Sorry, bro. I literally failed a class at school because my propensity for being regular after eating. Fuck my pals! So, anyway, we were talking about genetically screening and altering our children. And, you know, back in the day, he was against it and I was for it. Now, during the length of this debate, we touched on a number of different possibilities of where this trend could take us. And he actually changed my mind on, you know, genetically altering and screening kids. Because he was actually a really smart guy. I really liked this teacher, except for the fact that he failed me because I got a 100 on his fucking final, and I'm the first one to do it, and failed me anyway because he's a dick. So, for those of you guys that don't know what we're talking about is scientists have been working on ways to screen fetuses for genetic abnormalities such as like Down syndromes and, you know, other forms of retardation. Now, what this has led to is experimentation on cracking open DNA, the human genome, and replacing individual genetic markers with healthy, fully functioning proteins. That could stop a kid from, you know, being Down syndrome and leading a normal life. But the problem with this is that in the future, it could lead towards the rich and famous using their money, their celebrity, their influences, and all their connections in creating, quote-unquote, a super race of humans. And if we crack open the human genome and we do tinkering, we could possibly, you know, pick and choose how tall you want your baby to be, what colors, eyes, their hair are, even if they'll be predisposed towards being, you know, intelligent, being good with music, or being, you know, athletically inclined, anything. All the possibilities are there. Now, if you're able to do this and pay ridiculously large amounts of money for a child that will grow up to be 6'6", handsome, intelligent, built like a brick shithouse, then not only are you ushering a new era of human evolution, but then you're also putting a bigger divide between the rich and the poor, inevitably making poor humans obsolete. Because they have no money to take care of their normal children. And eventually, after a few generations of perfect designer babies that are out there making all the money and, you know, normal people don't have a chance to make it to the NFL, they can't get into movies anymore because, you know, you got all these perfect people out there, the human race will have just phased out. Poor, normal humans. So, I mean, when you look at it like this, it's a really fine line between trying to give every human the best chance to live a normal life, and do we want to risk a generation of genetically altered Kardashian clones to get rid of a few retarded children? When do you put it like that? I think we're fine where we're at. So, my name is Jay. MorninAfterKill. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. In the comment section down below, go ahead, leave a few questions for next week. Like I said, if you've already left a question for last week and you feel that it was a good question along the lines of what these questions are, go ahead and ask it. Maybe it'll make it into next week's video. But there was a lot of really good questions this week, and you guys remember, think! So, like I said, my name's Jay. MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.